So the company we'll be analyzing today is a Hyderabad-based company called Visaka Industries. And what attracted me towards this company is all the green products that they are getting into, basically the next gen products, right? So let's understand this company a little better as to what products they actually make, and also how it is looking and on the fundamentals part as well as the technicals part. So first thing, we'll just look at the divisions that the company has. So the first thing is the V-Next boards that the company is making. So usually people use these plywood or gypsum boards, but these are not such a great products when it comes to threats like termite, water, and fire, right? What they have done with the V-Next boards is, so it is termite proof, it is waterproof, it is even fireproof, and it is environment friendly. So that stands out, especially in the days to come, right? As the generations become more aware of the environmental hazards, right? Everyone wants to use a green product. So where can these be used? So these can be used in like wall paneling, your false ceiling, your kitchen cabinets, facades, right? So all this, wherever you were using plywoods or gypsum boards, right, earlier, all those things could be replaced by this V-Nex boards. And as you know, the real estate sector has recently started doing very well, and as people aspire better living standards, right, definitely this is a big tailwind for something like the V-Nex boards for Visaka. So this is the first division. The second one, which is very interesting, is their autumn integrated solar roofs, right? So what they have done, they have integrated the solar panels with the roof itself. So otherwise what you would do is you would first have a roof and then put solar panels, right? So now if you are constructing a house, you can directly buy these autumn integrated solar roofs and then just put it on top, right? So you would anyways be saving costs on your roofing, as well as this acts like a panel and you would end up making power as well, right? So as the country itself grows and more people become aware of all this, that is environment friendly stuff and things like that, people would want to have a solar thing on the roof, right? So and it also acts like an insulation from the heat as well. And since almost 10 months in India you would have sufficient sunlight, then this should not be a problem. It should be a pretty big thing in the coming years, if you ask me, right? So this is their first, and I think they also have a patent for this, that is no other guy can actually put the roofing thing as well as the panel in one particular thing and sell it. So these guys hold that. And the third one is the wonder yarn, right? So as you know, the textile sector has been buzzing lately in India as well. So what these guys have done is they are using these pet bottles to make these fiber yarn, right? So these discarded pet bottles, which would otherwise be not be disposed of, were handpicked and used to produce our yarn. So what is happening is all these Coca-Cola, Thumbs Up, Pepsi, all these bottles that we throw away, these guys are using that to produce this yarn. So again, if you look at it, it's a environment friendly product, making you a kind of recycled product, you can say, right? So that is also something that would attract the newer generation of people who want to be environment friendly. The one thing that is not so environment friendly is their cement roofing sheet. So you would have seen these asbestos sheets. um, Earlier you used to see them a lot, but now only in the rural areas you might see these. So these are not so environment friendly, and a lot of countries are having problem with using of asbestos. But the company has realized that, and they are slowly kind of uh, uh, going away, or let's say reducing their exposure to that, as they, and when the other products they start gaining momentum, right, and they start making money, naturally they would slowly move away from this particular thing, although they try to make it as environment friendly as it can and not really harmful. But still there is this thing that many countries are opposing the use of asbestos. And the last one, which is very interesting, is their autumn charge. So what they have done, the same promoter actually has another company which actually makes autumn bikes in Hyderabad, right? So for charging purpose, they are making this whole autumn charge thing with their own products. That is, you see, these are all the VNX boards, and on the top you would have the solar panels, that is the autumn solar panels, right? And then making use of all their products, they are making these autumn charge, in which you can charge these autumn bikes itself or even the other bikes as well. So what would happen is, as India grows and more people buy these EV bikes, then definitely they would look for a charging station. And since we have almost 10 months of solar thing in India, this should be running for at least 10 months a year, right? So this is also very interesting thing, and this all these would take time. It is not like they are building it today and tomorrow itself they start making huge revenue or profits. So it is going to take time, but as and when this turns around, right, I mean, these become profitable, then this company should start making a lot of money. Okay, so this is basically about the company's details. So only negative is the asbestos seat. Other four items that they are making, all are environment friendly, and especially this particular solar station, right? It is 100% green EV charging station. Okay, so that is about the company. Now let's go to the fundamentals. So it's a small cap company, hardly 1,000 crores, and enterprise value of 1,200, which means there is a debt of just 140 crores. So that makes the debt equity of 0.23, which is quite manageable. ROCs are excellent at 21. And what really attracted me is the company is not trading at a very high valuation from the book value itself. Right, the book value is 424, and the current price is hardly 100. That is 615, which is 50% higher than the book value. And unlike other most of these EV stocks which trade at crazy multiples and things like that, this company is still trading at 9p, because most of the profits that are coming in is because of this asbestos. But slowly, as their profits from, let's say, the EV theme starts making money, definitely there would be a re-rating in this particular stock. And also they are uh, expanding. So if you look at the expansion, recent expansion in 2020, they have done that. Now also they are kind of expanding. So 10,000 tons per annum of those VNX boards that I told you, right? So that one, okay, these are the AC panels, that is asbestos panels. And here the VNX board 50,000 tons per annum. And recently also, if you look at the cash flows, almost 120 odd crores they are kind of putting into expand, okay, which uh, is very good. So the company is one of the largest manufacturer of AC fiber sheets. So asbestos is a risk factor. So this is, like I was telling you, this is one negative thing, right? That is, but the company re- aims to reduce the revenue of AC product business from 60 to 50 in the next 3 years. So currently it is at 60. They are going to reduce it to 50, and again in the coming years, again they will keep on reducing it. Probably at some point of time they might completely shut down that particular thing and use that same factory for other stuff, right? So this is on the fundamentals part. Fundamentals look pretty good. It is more like heads you win big, tails you don't lose much, right? So looking at the book value, looking at the PE, looking at the uh, other stuff, right, like the ROC that the company has, and also the market leader position in their cement asbestos sheet, and also patented the other products like that VNX board, the autumn panel, and things like that. This looks to be quite reasonable at the current valuation. And now looking at the technicals of it, right? So if you put this Fibonacci thing, what really happens is the company has made a cup and handle kind of formation, right? So how do I say that? So the retracement was less than 50% from the top, right? So it retraced, but it was less than the 50% mark. So what I've done, I've not ignored this particular thing, right? So usually you would not consider this because this was more of a panic fall. But if you put this line here, the curve, it forms a beautiful cup, and now a handle is in progress. So that makes it really attractive. And like we have seen this cup and handle play out in stocks like Deepak Fertilizers, in GFC, where stocks have literally doubled in a year's time frame. So this one looks really good. And one more thing, if you have read Stan Weinstein and the stage wise analysis, right? So this company has finally moved about, and it has entered stage two, right? And even the RS is supporting that. So I am using RS for the small cap index instead of using it for the Nifty, because it's a hardly small cap company. So you should, it's better that you compare it with the small cap index rather than comparing it with the Nifty, right? So stage two, the company has entered cup and handle. Everything looks great. So if you are someone who wants to trade it, then probably have a stop loss at 569, right? Or else you can just continue to play it probably with a, uh, I mean, the maximum downside risk I would see would be around that 440 level. That is this particular thing. It can come and retrace that, and that is where even the value is also there, right? If things get really ugly, is what I mean. But even then, you can't really push a 9p stock to a 6p, especially if it is not a cyclical one, right? So I hope this was informative and useful, right? See you guys in the next video, probably in a few days time frame. I'll make another video on another company which looks promising. So thank you everyone.